welcome to Virtual CB1A. This is Miss Rena, and for today's lesson, we're going to talk about measures of dispersion. This is still under descriptive statistics. So let's read the learning objectives. At the end of this lesson, you were expected to know the different methods of finding the measure of dispersion and compute for the measure of dispersion of a given data set. We will start with this question. What is a measure of dispersion? It measures the extent in which a given data set is spread out around the center, and it gives an idea on how sparse or squeezed a data set is. If a data set has a large computed measure of dispersion, the data is widely scattered around the center. Otherwise, it is tightly clustered. So the lower the measure of dispersion is, the more consistent the data points are. So what are the different measures of dispersion? In this video lecture, we're going to find out how to find the range, the standard deviation, and coefficient of variation. Please take note that there are other means of finding the measure of dispersion, but we will only focus on these three. So let's start with the range. The difference between the maximum value and the minimum value is referred to as the range. So what will be the disadvantage and advantage of using the range? So for the pro, it is the easiest to compute. And one disadvantage is that it is very sensitive to outliers. To find the range, we are going to use this formula. Range is equal to maximum minus the minimum. Okay? Now let's move forward with the standard deviation. So for the standard deviation, it is also a measure of dispersion, of course. And it measures the average deviation or departure of the individual score from the mean. You have to take note that we have two different formula for finding the standard deviation. One is for the population and the other is for the sample. So if your data set is derived from a population, your denominator must be capital N, which is the number of objects or responses in the population. While for the sample, your denominator will be n minus 1. So they only differ in the denominator, so it's very easy to remember. Yan. And also, for the symbols that we're going to use, I forgot to include the symbol. So we're going to use this Greek letter as a representation for the standard population derived from a population. And we're going to use lowercase s as the standard deviation derived from a sample. Or simply, this is the population standard deviation, this is the sample standard deviation. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of using the standard deviation? Let's start with the disadvantages. I have noted here two. It is more difficult to calculate. As you can see in our formula, it is more confusing than the range. And also, it depends on other statistical measures. If you will take notice, it also depends on the mean. Okay? So you have to find the population mean or the sample mean before you can proceed with the computation of the standard deviation. Now, for the advantages, it is not as affected by outliers as the range, and it gives a more accurate picture of how the data set is distributed. Now, let's go to the next page. Finally, coefficient of variation. It is also known as the relative standard deviation. It is commonly used to calculate or compare the dispersion between two variables with different unit of measurement. So, for example, you have to compare the dispersion between height and weight. If you will take notice, the height is a measure of length, while the weight is a measure of mass. And they also use different units of measurement. Using the standard deviation, hindi natin basta-basta may compare since they have different units. So instead, we're going to use percentages derived from coefficient of variation. So for the formula, we have two different formula again for CV. One is for population and the other is for the sample. So let's put the legends here. For the symbol, this is for population standard deviation. For this symbol, this is for the population mean. Next, for S, we already discussed this earlier. This is the sample mean. And X bar, this is the sample standard deviation. And the other one is the sample mean. Again, this symbol, this Greek letter is the population standard deviation. This other Greek letter, mu, is the population mean. Lowercase s is the sample standard deviation. And x bar, lowercase x with a bar on top, is the sample mean. To make it clearer, let's have some examples. So this is actually presented as an activity. So this is going to be your activity. Please check it out on Google Classwork. So let's look at this example. So this is the height and weight of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 randomly selected students. So let's find the range, standard deviation, and coefficient of variation of the given data set. Okay, so let's start with the range. I've prepared here a calculator, so you can also prepare your computing devices and follow what I do on screen. Let's start with the range of height. So to get the range of the height, all you have to do is to locate the maximum value and subtract the minimum value. So upon inspection, the maximum value is 70, while the minimum value is 60. Therefore, the range of height is 10. Our unit will be inches. Now let's move forward with the range of the weight. So the range for the weight will be, so let's locate the maximum value. The maximum value is 90. Minus the minimum value is okay, that is 49. So what is 90 minus 49. So that is 41 kilograms. Okay? So that is how you compute for the range. So I will copy this to another slide so we can start fresh for the standard deviation. Just wait a moment. Tagal makopy. Okay, so while we are waiting for it to load, for the standard deviation, since it is dependent on the mean, we're going to find the average first or the mean first before we can proceed with the computation of the standard deviation. So for standard deviation, so first, let's find the mean height and the mean weight. So to get the mean height, all we have to do is to add all the observations. We have 63. Baguhin natin yung kulay. So to get the mean height, that is equal to the sum of 63, 60, 68, 70, 61, 63, 62, 69, 68, and 66. And then, for the denominator, it will be the number of samples. So we have 10 samples here, divided by 10. Now, let's proceed with the computation. We have 63 plus 60 plus 68 plus 70 plus 61 plus 63 plus 62 plus 69 plus 68 plus 66. It is equal to 650. So we have here 650 divided by 10. And 650 divided by 10 is, of course, 65. Now let's affix the unit of measurement. We have 65 inches. Now let's proceed with the mean weight. Let me just move these icons here. So for the mean weight, we have for the numerator, get the sum of 55, 49, 85, 90, 52, 54, 55, 80, 79, and 52. Hala, bumabagyo na. And for the denominator, it is 10. So let's get the sum. Clear muna natin si Calcu. 55 plus 49 plus 85 plus 90 plus 52 plus 54 plus 55 plus 80 plus 79 plus 52. Okay, you will end up with 651 and then divide it by 10. So, for this part, ito ko na lang siya isusulat, di na kasya eh. So, we have 65.1 kilograms. Okay? I hope that was clear. I also prepared a spreadsheet for the computation of the height and weight's mean, or for the mean height and mean weight. So, in this spreadsheet, I inputted all the values for the height and weight vertically. So, tig-isang column sila. One column is for the height and the other column is for the weight. So, the first column was left blank kasi dyan ko nilagay yung mga hahanapin natin later on. Because I will also teach you how to generate values using Excel. Nakalimutan ko pala ilagay dito si range. So, since na-compute na rin naman natin si range kanina, manually, lagay ko na rin dito kung paano siya i-compute using Excel. So, for this, just input equal. Since we don't have an available formula for the range, you have to make use of the values maximum and minimum. So, just type in max. So, it returns the largest value in a set of values, ignores logical values and text. So, pwede lang siya sa mga numbers. So, max, from the first observation, just highlight the first observation up to the last, and then press the subtraction symbol, then type in mean. So, returns the smallest number in a set of values, ignores logical values and text. So, min of the first observation up to the last. So, it will tally doon sa value that we have already computed earlier. And we're going to do the same for the weight. So, just press equal or input equal, next max, choose the first observation up to the last, and close it with a parenthesis, and then subtract mean, first observation up to the last, and then use a parenthesis to close the range. And then just press equal. So, we have 10 and 41. This is the same as the values we have computed earlier. Now, balik tayo dito sa mean height tsaka si mean weight. The computed mean height is 65 inches, while the computed mean weight is 65.1 kilograms. So, let's go back to our spreadsheet. Isa side-by-side ko na lang pala siya para nakikita natin yung data. For the mean, so just press equal, and then choose average. From the first observation up to the last, press equal. So, we have 65, tally siya. Next, we have equal, average. Choose the first observation up to the last, then press equal. Pwedeng hindi na yun close within a pair of parentheses. Okay lang yun. So, we have 65.1 kilograms. Now, let's move forward to the standard deviation. Meron din tayong formula na gagamitin, but before that, i-compute muna natin siya manually. It is still important that you know how to use the formula in deriving the standard deviation. Again, let's copy this sheet. So, this is already version 2 of the video lecture kasi I've noticed, actually someone informed me that I made an error dun sa una kong video discussion. So, pangalawa na to. And hindi ko rin naipakita kung paano yung Excel computation. So, dito sa updated na video, meron na rin tayong Excel computation. 10 minus 1 is 9. Yan, para sa denominator natin. So, next step. Yan, mag-square-square na tayo. For the next step, get the square of our values. We have 2 squared is 4, plus 5 squared is 25, plus 3 squared is 9, plus 5 squared ulit is another 25, plus 4 squared is 16, plus negative 2 squared is 4, plus negative 3 squared is 9, plus. Nasaan na ako? Ito, 4. 16. Plus 3 squared is 9. Plus 1 squared is 1. And then, divide everything by 9. May calculator tayo dito sa isang side. Compute tayo. 4 plus 25 plus 9 plus 25 plus 16 plus 4 plus 9 plus 16 plus 9 plus 1. So that is equal to 118. 118 over 9. And then just get the square root. 118 divided by 9. Asan divide dito? Divided by 9. 13.11111. 13.11111. And so forth. Get the square root. We have 3 point. Approximately, it is 3.6209 inches. Ito na siya. So, check natin kung magtatali dun sa Excel. So, balikan natin sa Excel dito sa kabila. Bumukas ka. Yan. So, for the standard deviation, dito na tayo sa pangatlo. Naghahang na siya. Just wait a moment. Okay, so input lang tayo ng formula. So, equal. Tapos type natin ST. Makikita nyo dun sa list nung formula, you will have STDEV-P, STDEV-S, STDEV-A. Ayan. So, STDEV-P, this is for the population. STDEV.S, this is for the standard deviation ng sample. So, ito yung kailangan natin, STDEV-S. After that, just choose the first observation up to the last. And then just press equal. So, you are going to end up with 3.620927 or approximately 3.6209. So, nagtali naman siya. Ayan. So, yung standard deviation ng weight will be your homework, will be your activity. Please check out Google Classwork. Now, punta tayo kay CV, coefficient of variation. Unfortunately, just like the range, we don't have a formula for coefficient of variation directly na nakalagay sa Excel. So, we have to make use of the values that we've computed from the mean and the standard deviation. So, before natin yun gawin, pakita na muna natin siya manually. Siguro, kasya pa naman dito, hindi na ako magta-transfer ng sheet. Lagay ko na lang dito sa isang side. C, coefficient of variation. Madali lang naman siya. CV of height. If you still remember from our formula, pag magko-compute ka ng CV, ito siya, you need the value for the standard deviation and the mean. So, ratio siya. Ayaw niya bumukas. Ay! Kaya ayaw nito. Ayan. So, the coefficient of variation is equal to the standard deviation divided by the mean times 100 for a sample. So, ito yung gagamitin natin na formula for finding the coefficient of variation. So, let's write here the formula for CV. CV is equal to the standard deviation over the mean times 100. Naka-percentage tayo pagdating sa CV. So, for CV, we have 3.6209 divided by our mean, which is 65. And then, multiply lang natin siya with 100. So, kunin natin ulit si calculator. We have 3.6209 divided by 65. That is equal to 0.0557. I-4 decimal places natin, ha? Times 100. Okay, times natin siya sa 100. 5.57%. So, just affix the percent symbol. May reason ako kung ba't di ko nilagay dito kaagad yung percent na symbol. Kasi baka pagdating sa Excel, i-diretso nyo na may symbol din na percent. On some sheets, yung 100%, kinakount niya lang as 1. Kapag may naka-affix na percentage. So, hindi ko muna nilagay yung percent na symbol dun sa formula. Just affix it when you're already done with multiplication by 100. So, balik tayo dito kay CV. CV is equal to, may value na tayo ng mean, di ba? So, just select mean. Lagyan natin ng open parenthesis. Mean, edi yung sa B13. Divided by, ang divided by po ay itong symbol na to, yung slash. The standard deviation, ayan. So, magkakaroon tayo sa formula bar ng B13 divided by B14. Then, just enclose it within a pair of grouping symbol, parenthesis. Tapos, pindutin natin yung asterisk. Asterisk is for multiplication. And then, input 100. Ba't ganito to? Ay, baligtad pala ako. Sorry. Standard deviation nga pala muna. So, 3.62 divided by mean 65. Ayan. Ayun, tama na. 5.570657 or approximately 5.57%. Alternatively, lagay pa tayo dito ng isa, CV. Kung gusto mo naman na makuha ang CV without using the values that you've computed for the mean and standard deviation, edi input mo ulit yung formula dito. Equal, open parenthesis, average. Ay, una nga pala si standard deviation. ST, dev S, from the first observation up to the last, divided by the average from the first observation up to the last, and then, sarado mo yung grouping symbol mo. After that, multiply it by 100. Kulang ako ng grouping symbol ba? Ayan. Kulang ako ng grouping symbol. So, mag-suggest siya na maglagay ng isa. You will end up with the same value, kaso mas matrabaho siya. So, I suggest that if you are looking for the value of the coefficient of variation, compute for the mean and standard deviation first. Kasi kapag ka dito, ilang beses mo i-input ulit yung first observation up to the last before you can arrive with CV or the coefficient of variation. So that will be it for our discussion for today. I'm really sorry about the last video lecture that I have uploaded kasi nga may error siya. Duly noted, buti may nagsabi sa akin. Ay, uwian na daw. So, thank you and I will give you updates on the Google Classroom. Bye!